What's going on there, YouTubers, gamers, and fellow hobbyists? And it's time for another episode of P&Q. This is my question and answer series, where you get to ask me questions or put comments to me, and then the following week I respond. Now, I'm recording this on the Friday, like I usually do these days, and the weather's coming dreadful, and it's absolutely awful now. We've had a few days of nice weather, so nice in fact I got to cut my grass, which is like, whoa, you know, first one this year. But you don't want to hear about the weather. Right, comments, questions, you can do this one of two ways. You can either leave your comment question in the comment section below, or you can email me directly at miniwarzone@gmail.com. And if you do that, I won't reveal your username. You might want to ask a controversial question, or you're just not in a position to be on the internet, make it look like you're emailing work stuff. I know one of you do that. That said, I have no emails to discuss this week. I had one regarding my thoughts on Salute, but we've kind of gone backwards and forwards, and I'm not going to go over that ground again. It's old ground as to how I felt about the overall experience. Suffice to say, I had a good time. It was a great time. Just that I won't be doing it next year, that's all. Well, at this point in time I won't be. I'm always open to change my mind, but at this point in time I don't think so. But there you go. So no emails. So straight in with the comments from last week. And I'm reading them off my computer, so sorry I'm looking down. I don't have the... try and get it more centralised within the realms of the tripod. The first comment comes from Crew Orange Basilicus Mike. He says, I meant absolutely no offence with my question, and none was taken, but it was to do with I forget what it was now, but the point came up about how people can misinterpret text written messages. No, it's just a thing that popped into my head. I thought, oh yeah, just think how people do that. It's happened to me many times, you know. You text something to someone and they take it entirely the wrong way, and you're like, hey, what are you on about? Anyway, he says, I'm doing a paint what you've got challenge. Yeah, and I like that. And in fact, I'm thinking of doing something similar. But I think Hooves of Doom does one where he's got a table that he rolls on, and I'm thinking of doing something similar, so I can leave to the dice gods to chance, and that'll tell me what to work on next. And I think that's a great idea, so I'm thinking of doing that. But paint what you've got challenge is great. I do look forward to those, and interested in completing projects myself. It's always nice to complete something. It's like, that's that done. And you can get it out and look at it sometimes and bask in the glow of awesomeness of your completed project, and that's really good. I don't think my Blood Angels will ever be finished, to be honest. I was wondering about other people's completed projects. Yeah, I was just, yeah, I've got a few. I've got Dark Vengeance, nearly done Stormclaw. When I say projects, I mean like units. I don't mean army. Difficult to say. I do have a few though. Bits of terrain, that kind of thing. I missed you at Salute, but was wondering what your highlights of the day were and your favourite purchase. Well, that's a good question. Highlights of the day and favourite purchase. Possibly one of my favourite purchases was the, and it wasn't the most expensive one, it was the my Gar Outcasts for Beyond the Gates of Antares. I don't have the box with me. I did buy another model that day though for Beyond the Gates of Antares, and it was the C3M4 combat drone, which I have put together. But that one, but yeah, I'd say my I've got the guys, my Outcast guys. So they're outcast, they're out of their suits, but this one's kind of in like a sort of half suit, which is kind of cool. They were described to me as cannon fodder, basically the cannon fodder of the Gar. I think every army needs a bit of cannon fodder, so I'm going to be painting those up. I've started work on the Beyond the Gates of Antares video series now, which is good. It's good going. I did one, like, it took me ages and I lost all the footage, and like, really, this was a technical digital error, and I was like, but I did it all again. I've done it again. Yeah, I suppose so. That one, the Gar Outcast, and my jugular stuff, I suppose. It was a new game, got into, got the mat, got the figures, got some transfers, real book, all good. Right, moving on. Actually, before I move on, I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Love coming out here and having my coffee. My first coffee in my studio, love it. Sets me off for the day. Idic Beer, he says, nice video, Pete. Oh, before I go on to that, highlights of the day from the last question, because I completely forgot about that. Highlights of the day. I suppose seeing Mel, the terrain shooter, was a good highlight, and just the general conversation I had with my friend Ralph. You know, up and back, although it was a hellish journey. I suppose the conversation, yeah, that's my highlights of the day. Right, now I can go on to the next question. Idic Beer says, nice video, Pete. Let me rephrase my question. If you were stranded on a desert island, what 5 hobby things would you have with you? Zombicide, because I can play it on my own. You know, my Zombicide, that's all painted up and everything. I'd have that. I wouldn't take 40k because I'd feel out of the loop. But Zombicide I'd be fine with. Can all my Horus Heresy novels count as one choice? My Horus Heresy novels. I've just, yeah, they are count as one choice. I might be sneezing. Hang on, hold on. No, yeah, no. Right. Space Hulk. I'm just looking around and thinking, what? I wouldn't want to take models to paint or build because there'd always be something I'd run out of and I'd need it. So, Zombicide, Horus Heresy novels, Space Hulk, 2 more. Well, I suppose... if I was stranded right now, that's tricky. Right now, I suppose the Beyond the Gates of Antares rulebook, because I'm heavily into that at the moment. And I don't know, that's really hard. One more thing to take. Well, not that it would make much difference, but I'd have all my jars with my dice in, which is hundreds of them, into one. I'd have my dice, because I love dice. Gotta have my dice. So, Zombicide, Horus Heresy novels, Space Hulk, what was the other thing? Gates of Antares rulebook, and dice. Yes. There you go. I just roll them. I just sit and roll them on the beach all day or on a flat surface. That's what I would do. I would sit and I would roll my dice. Spider666. How's it going, buddy? Loving your videos lately, by the way. I love everybody's videos all the time, but yours, the ones you're putting up at the moment, are really, really good. Enjoying them. Those paint along, I love the angle you get with your paint along ones. I can never find the right angle for doing that kind of video. I just want it difficult. I appreciate the difficulty. Hi Pete, hope you're well, apart from me rambling on all the time. Yes, I have a question for you from my partner Ali. Hey Ali, you're a great addition to his channel, by the way. I think that's what it is. That you're kind of up the ante now of the awesomeness of hobby videos. She's a volunteer and secretary in an MS support and therapy group here in Wigan. She asks, what support do you have in your area, and do you think there should be more awareness about the condition? Okay, first part, what support do I have in my area? Very little. Very little. Believe it or not, I am allocated an MS nurse. Last time I saw her about 2 years ago. When I first was diagnosed, it seemed to take forever and a day to get on the system. When I first started having regular checkups with my MS nurse, it was all good. I was kind of seeing them on like a monthly basis, and they were really on top of things. And any problems I had, I could just phone them or text them, and they kind of, you know, help me with whatever the problem was. But now I don't know if it's like changed, the management of the whole system has changed or what, but you can't never get hold of them, they never get back to you. It's actually like the secretaries in the like the MS clinic, and they're the only ones which seem to sort of get back to you about anything. I did see my neurologist a month ago, I think, about a month ago. You know, and I said to him, it's been a long time since I've been seen on a regular basis, and it's not like I haven't asked either. And he kind of seemed a bit embarrassed about that, and he said that should change now. But as it stands, there's not really much in the way of support groups. There should definitely be more awareness about the condition, because it's one of those conditions that everybody's heard of. You know the story. Everybody's heard of, but they don't really know what it's about and understand it at all. So it's like, or they'll all have some relative. Oh yeah, my aunt's third cousin's got that. Oh, yeah, they're all right. That's fine. You know. And what they're completely unaware of is that it's different in every individual. This is the problem. And of course, what I did get at the start was all the literature, all the books. You know, I got one for my daughter, like for the younger person, although she's older now. How to understand MS, and they're good. But my mum, bless her heart, she read all the books as well, because she wanted to know. As soon as she knew I had MS, she's like, I want to know everything I can about it. She doesn't do internet or computers or anything, but up at the library, getting the books out, looking it up, you know, all that stuff, and reading all the books I had. But beyond that, no one seems to really want to know. Not really bothered, as long as you're doing your job, doing what you do. No one's particularly fussed. It seems. That's just my perspective. So yeah, the MS Society do some good videos, which I try and put out sometimes on my Facebook page and whatnot. I like the ones where they make a bike that has MS, you know, with like wonky wheels and everything's wrong on it and doesn't change gear properly and all that kind of thing. It's harder to pedal, you know, that kind of thing. To try and get people to understand what it is about my condition. It's like one of my biggest problems in the social side of it is, for instance, one of my biggest problems is I can appear rude if it's someone I don't know, but I have something to say or interject into the conversation. I have to say it as soon as I think of it, otherwise it's gone. Otherwise, when the polite pause comes up and they go, "I'm sorry, what were you saying?" I don't know, forgotten. And it's gone, completely gone. That happens to a lot of us, but then there's the other stuff, wandering around like you've drunk because your balance is all gone and people look at you like, oh, he's had a few too many. And I fell a few weeks ago, well, yeah, the other week. I fell in the road. People looked at me like I'd been drinking or something, and I haven't. It's just my balance went, you know. But, you know, so yes, I do think there should be more awareness of the condition. Yeah, like all conditions, eh? Anyway, Stephen's turn. And now my turn, lol. He says, hope that answers your question, by the way. So, keep up the good work. He says, now my turn, lol. You were saying about your belief in ghosts in this video. Would you ever go on an organised ghost hunt in a haunted building? Oh yeah, definitely. Love all that stuff. I've come close to doing that before in the past. But that was before I had like video camera and any sort of experience of filming. I mean, I do photography and I have my media background from university, but I mean, amateur filming, personal. So now I'd like to go in it and I'd like to film it. That would be my thing. I would film it. I love all that trying to scare yourself stuff. Yeah. Don't know, just makes me a weirdo, I guess. Love all that stuff though. Whereas my wife and daughter are like, hell no, no way. But I would, definitely. RPD says, another great P&Q mate. If you lived in a fantasy Dungeons and Dragons world, what role and race would you be? That is a good question. I think I'd like to be an elf. Or half elf. No, an elf. Of, you know, like a high elf of pure blood, you know. Some form of royalty in the elven society. Yes. And I'd be live and long-lived and excellent bow and arrows and at one with nature, all that kind of stuff. So yes, an elf. An elven ranger. Yes, that would be me. Elven ranger. Definitely. And the last question is from Tattoo for You. How's it going, brother? It says, always fun. I watch these and just want to sit and carry a conversation, lol. I know what you mean. I really enjoy watching narrative campaigns, Dark Artisan and the Legion Wargaming. Have some really awesome ones. Yeah, they do, yeah. I love narrative campaigns. I want to get there. I so want to get there. And I will one day. I'll get there myself. I've got all the gear. No idea. No, I will. I'll get there and I'll do them. But I am wanting to, whatever I do it on, just get some practice of how I want to film them, what format I want to take. Depends on the game, I think. I do think it depends on the game. But I just need to experiment. Right, he says, I'm fond of Ricky Gervais because I said I like Jack D and Robin Williams. That's cool. Conversions. What do you think about them? Is there anything you've wanted to try? Everything. I love looking at conversions. I just can't do them. I know the thought of taking a model, cutting it up and making it into something else fills me with dread. Because I would take an awesome model, cut it up and just ruin it. So I think if ever I'm going to do conversions, I mean I've done like infantry conversions, I think we've all done that. But I think larger scale stuff I'll leave to the experts such as yourself. Tatty for you everybody, just letting everybody know, one hell of a converter. You're not afraid to take a knife to a tower riptide. I am! Anyway, because you know what you're doing, I don't. I just find it, I wouldn't know where to start, you know, I just can't do it. Something, and you've got to accept your limitations, I think, and that's one of mine. I just can't do it. I'd love to be able to, don't get me wrong, but I just can't. But I think they're awesome. They are awesome. Well, that's it. that's all my questions. Please keep them coming. I love answering your questions, and you know, reading all the comments and things. It kind of makes my day. It's one of my favourite series to make. This one and On the Bench. I know it isn't as popular, the On the Bench ones, but I do like those because it gives me an hour of modelling, and we can hopefully get stuff done together. And I feel like although I'm not in front of an audience, I feel like I'm engaging an audience. It just gives me that pep I need to do it. Anyway, guys, that's it. Like I say, keep the questions coming, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now, guys.